Alright, Facebook friends. Actually, we're on YouTube, so some of you guys might be Facebook. Heading out from Peabody, I spent some time at the shop, and I'm gonna go over to Ryan's house. You see, little babies are about 3-4 weeks old now. My grandkids, Jack and Emmy. And it was a big treat to have my grandson Connor come over with Kate and Brady over to the shop today. Hopefully I will I'll teach all these kids how to do some woodworking, you know, impart some wisdom, baby. That's what it's all about. That's what grandfathers are supposed to do, impart wisdom. My grandfather, who I knew for a while, he died when I was about 11 or 12. I did spend one period of time with him. He lived up in Maine in this kind of trailer contraption property, and he used to set me out on the stoop of the trailer with a .22 rifle and told me to kill the fucking red squirrels. He hates those fucking things. So I took pot shots at red squirrels, and that ended when a squirrel ran up over his shed, and I took the shot at the squirrel, and the bullet went into the shed and split the rung on one of his wooden ladders. So he took the .22 away from me, and I think that was fine for me as well. As far as I know, I did not kill any red squirrels. So he also hated the soap companies. He'd make me wash the dishes, and he'd tell me you're using too much fucking soap. Fucking soap companies are rich enough as it is. He hated the soap companies. So his name was Adelbert Crosby, and he had worked at the GE. He was on a pension. He used to sleep with a 45 under his pillow, and of course when I went to stay with him, I'd sleep right across from him. And so he had a lot of guns. I don't know what happened to all of them. Now I have my gun permit. It'd be kind of cool to have some, but he was a big deer hunter and he liked to fish. And I remember we were going to we went out on Lake Ossipee, I think it was, and we were fishing, catching perch, and we were catching bluegill, and we cut them up and freaking sauteed them and ate them all, and they were really good. It's the only time I ate yellow perch and bluegill. I suppose I could eat the fish that are in my aquaponics thing, but I'm not gonna, because I've grown too fond of them. You can't be feeding and nurturing something every freaking day and then harvest it and eat it. If it's a plant, I guess it's all right, but I don't know. Not a creature of higher intelligence like a fish. And fish are not stupid. I remember this fish over this guy Doug Maxwell's house. It was a largemouth bass, and Doug kept it in a big cage, not a cage, a friggin' tank. And that bass, he would give you that evil eye. If you tried to look at him sideways, he'd turn around and stare at you. That bass knew what the hell was going on. That bass was an intelligent largemouth bass. And of course, Doug, I bought my second boat from him. He was one of Ryan's buddies up at St. Michael's. He was a professional fisherman, and he was a real good blogger, but he stopped blogging, which was too bad, because he was a great writer, in my opinion. Doug used to do shit like throw live mice in that tank and watch the largemouth bass eat them and stuff like that. So whatever. But I forget why the hell I was talking about why fish are intelligent. So, I was talking about my grandfather and shit you do with your grandkids. And it's funny, my grandfather was always, nice to me in front of my parents. As soon as I was alone with them, he had the foulest mouth. And he used to insult the shit out of me. And he used to tell me how much he liked my younger brother better. And, which is, I don't know. I swear, it's hard. I can't imagine loving one of your grandkids more. We've got Will and Ethan, and we've got Connor, and now we have Jack and Emmy, and pretty soon we're going to have Mike and Pam contributing it sometime in January. So that will be 6. And I would suspect there'd be a couple more added in. I can't imagine. You might love them different. You might like different things about them, but I can't imagine loving them more. Not that I don't know if he loved my brother more, but at any rate, my brother's probably more like him in some ways, but maybe not. He just thought my brothers, if you had half the intelligence your brother has, you fucking jerk. And he used to swear like hell. Then we'd walk into my house when he drops me off, and everything is, hunky-dory. So, whatever. At any rate, what's happening now, we're cutting through Salem. It's about 11:30, and not too much traffic. Sometimes Salem is a pain in the ass, especially during Halloween. The whole town fills up with freaks. And I don't know. I don't necessarily mean to judge them, but who the hell makes a pilgrimage to Salem on Halloween if you're not a little bit off your rocker? But and I've lived here all my life. We're about ready to go past the Salem Witch's house. I've never been there. I've seen millions of people go in there. All of the attractions in Salem, I have never freaking been there. And I've lived in either Lynn or Marblehead for most of my life, except for a year stint in California and the time I went to school in Amherst, Mass. So, well, I kind of would like to end this, but I don't want to reach over and click it off and cause a problem here. So I'm going to wait until there's a red light. Of course, when you're looking for a red light and you want to stop, you freaking never find a red light. The traffic just flows right along. If you're in a hurry, you hit every goddamn red light and everything is stop and go. But that's not the case here. We're gonna keep flowing, rolling down the road. Take another right here. So, one thing that pissed me off is how those people at that Hamilton show gave Vice President-elect Pence some shit. He goes out and wants to go to a goddamn Broadway show. He wants to go to a goddamn Broadway show about Alexander Hamilton. And the actors decide they're going to lecture him when he leaves the theater. I'll tell you something. These snowflakes are in for a rude awakening. I don't know what type of cocoon they thought they had with Obama. I don't know what the hell Obama even did for them. And here we go. Look at this. This is complete. I just went through the stop sign. I'm just going right through a goddamn green light. We're gonna. I swear to God. There's a cop behind me, but I don't think he's out for me. I didn't think I ran that stop sign. No, he went another way. So they decide they're going to lecture Pence about how he has to make this right for everybody, and all races, and Who says he isn't going to do that? I'm just so sick of these people that take the moral high ground. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know. And then I read something on Facebook from some guy in San Francisco who says that Pence should apologize to the LGBT community. So I don't know. I mean, you know, I'd be a liar if I didn't say some of this stuff that gays say doesn't aggravate the shit out of me. I'm not a homophobe. I'm not a homophobe. I mean, you know, I don't care which side of the rough you putt from. That's entirely your personal decision. Here's my problem. My problem is when you decide not to make it your personal decision. When you decide to parade around that, you know, you like to putt from the rough. Who gives a shit? Putt from where you want. I don't tell you, you know, which side I putt from, which is the right side, in my opinion. But these non-breeders, they're big. They're big on flagging themselves as non-breeders. Do what you want to do. That doesn't bother me. In fact, I'll tell you the truth. I think if you're a homosexual, if you're a heterosexual, you put a couple of nude pictures up on the wall. One is a provocative, you know, woman pinup, and the other is some guy with his freaking junk hanging out. You stare at those two pictures. The one that makes your boys jingle, that's what you are, and you can't tell your boys to jingle at one or the other. It's what you are, you know. So I am kind of happy that my boys jingle at the right picture, because it seems to me that there's a lot more complications if you are a gay person or a lesbian person, and you probably do feel like you're discriminated against and stuff. But you know, part of that is when you fly those flags, who needs to know what flag you fly? I don't need to know. So, and again, I wouldn't have brought this up if even one red light came up, or I had one stop sign that I had to stop at. But no, ever since I said that I wanted to stop, I've just been flowing down the road. So I'm already in Marblehead from Salem. This is it's probably the fastest time that I've ever made cut through. It's about 11:30. I was so I'm going to be at Ryan and Kim's house pretty soon. And by the way, Connor and Kate and Brady dropped by the shop this morning when I was working there. I called them up because I thought it might like to sneak out to Wenham to talk, to see them. I haven't seen Connor for a while, and but they were on their way to the North Shore Mall where they're going to take Connor to. Hey, it's a stop sign. We're good. We're good. We're good. Take care now. Hang in there. Bye-bye.